Before the video starts, I wanted to let you know about an art project that the graphic designers in the Kingdom Hearts community are trying to put together. Kim Chu and Edo Ninja are heading up this project in the aims of uniting all the visual artists within the Kingdom Hearts community. Over the year 2020, they are wanting to have artists, graphic designers, 3D modelers, and video editors collaborate on one giant canvas as well as a special video. Signups for artists and 3D modelers opened up on January 1st, so if you are interested, be sure to join their Discord server. There's a link down below. I'll link their Twitter account as well, so be sure to give them a follow. Anyways, on to the video. Hey you guys, today we are continuing the Keyblade Graveyard series by taking a look at the fight between Luxord, Larxene, and Marluxia. Like last time, I plan to look at everything involved with this fight, including cutscenes and puzzles, so it's going to be another long one. A huge thank you to Saxor. He read through my script and added in some things I never would have picked out or seen. At the end of each character breakdown, I will insert his notes on what I missed. I will leave a link down in the description below to his Twitter and YouTube channel. Without further ado, let's get into this breakdown. The puzzle on this route involves walls that all rise up to different heights to block Sora's path. Darkness can be seen from the floor while they rise. You can wall run up these, so just holding forward will get you to the end of the puzzle in time. You can also jump off one of the higher walls and glide to the end as well. This puzzle seems a little too easy, especially when you have glide. On the actual walls, there are 3 symbols. The first is this cross in the center. It looks to be some kind of boat or hat in the spaces between the points. The only connection I could find was this cross on the ground in Scala. The next symbol seems to be flying birds. This reminds me of the birds seen in Scala at Kylum during the opening cutscene. The last symbol seems to be some kind of portal, though I don't really have any evidence or connections to prove that. Saxor pointed out that while you can run up these, they don't have the white bar on them to show you that you can scale them. For the actual battle, you can see Mickey fighting the org members. This will loop until you enter the battle. Mickey will go after Marluxia before turning to ward off Larxene. He then blocks Marluxia's attack and gets a hit in before Luxord's attack hits him. Mickey goes to attack Luxord before Larxene attacks. Mickey evades the last hit, only to be hit from behind by Marluxia, and then it will loop until you start the battle. The opening cutscene of this fight shows Mickey surrounded by the enemy. Mickey evades Luxord and Larxene's attacks and flips over Marluxia's sneak attack. Mickey lands in front of Xemnas and the other 3 appear. Sora arrives and Xemnas finally acts. He rises into the air before summoning orbs around his hands. He brings his hands together as darkness appears around him. Dark thorns spread out around the arena, trapping Mickey and Sora in. It's interesting that Xemnas doesn't act until Sora shows up. During this 3v2 battle, I would just focus on Luxord since the other 2 do the same attacks as normal. Luxord uses only 1 attack during this section. He summons 4 cards around Sora that spin around him before they stop and shoot towards him. This can be blocked or dodged. Luxord uses the same animation as this one from Kingdom Hearts 2. You can't stop it with the reaction command this time though. Luxord has crazy high defense here, though any damage done to him disappears in the next section. Luxord will get off 4 of these attacks and will begin a 5th before the game transitions. The next scene shows Xemnas giving Luxord a boost in power before he pulls back his barrier and disappears. Luxord throws out cards creating his own barrier. He throws a card at Sora which Mickey blocks. Knowing how much Luxord likes to play mind games, I imagine he knew Mickey would jump in to save Sora. The card has Roxas' symbol on it, though this is also the top part of the nobody symbol. Anyways, Mickey gets trapped in the card and Luxord asks Sora for one more game. All he needs to do is find Luxord in the cards and strike him down. This battle is pretty interesting. The goal of this fight is to find Luxord in the cards circling the outside of the arena. In the first round, the cards will stand still and only Luxord's card will move, showing you his location. Hitting the wrong one in this round will just result in the card disappearing. After you find Luxord, he'll be stunned for a second, letting you deal a certain amount of damage to him. You can get about a third of his health down before he shuffles the cards and disappears. The second round has moving cards that are decoys. These decoy cards float straight up and down rather than the shaking that Luxord's card does. Hitting one of these will result in the card exploding and damaging Sora. The normal decoys from the first round are still here though. These make no movement at all, and hitting them will just have them disappearing like the first round. The third round has no normal decoys, replacing all the cards with exploding decoys. If you cannot find him fast enough, he will appear and attack you with the card move he used before. Striking a decoy card after Luxord appears will not cause an explosion. Both Larxene and Marluxia cannot be damaged during this section. If you attack though, they will turn into a card and disappear, giving you a little bit of time to look for Luxord without anyone attacking you. Luxord only has one quote, which is when he is defeated.
Now, let the game begin. Figure the rules out. Luck has betrayed you.
Though, he is impressed when you find him, and will say shuffle when he's shuffling the cards around. When Luxord is knocked back, he will transform into a card and disappear if you have dealt too much damage. One last thing I want to point out here is that when he is in the middle of shuffling his cards, he takes minimal damage. It's almost like he is letting you beat him when you play by the rules of his game, but he could easily tank all of your hits. I know that's a reach, but we do know from the Remind trailers that Luxord is a special player in this game. Saxor pointed out that a good way to find the card is by using your shot lock. Most shot locks will work besides the counter shield and frying pan ones. Anyways, after defeating Luxord, cards fall to the ground, and Luxord tells Sora that he was born for these sorts of games. Luxord throws him a wild card, telling him it could turn the tables. Other than Luxord's blank cards, we have seen the X and circle patterns as well as cards with a clock on them. I can't imagine any of these will be the wild cards, so I'm interested to see how this is used. From the Remind trailers, we know Sora is going to possibly lose all of his power, so this could be the way that he will save himself. Another thing in the Remind trailers is that we see Luxord throw Xigbar card. Is this also a wild card that could quote-unquote turn the tables for Xigbar? Anyways, Sora tells Luxord he would like to play games with him again before Luxord disappears. Mickey is released from the card before the battle against Larxene and Marluxia begins. Let's look at Larxene's combat first. Larxene has 3 attacks. The first attack has Larxene flipping into the air and striking down at the ground. A gold ring circles in during this, and when she hits the ground, lightning shoots out across the ground before 5 bolts of lightning come down. Dark thorns circle around these bolts of lightning. When Larxene strikes down, a red and yellow beam of light shoots up. You can't block this, so maybe the subtle tint of red on the strike and the bolt of lightning is supposed to signify that. You can either dodge out of the way of this attack, or move slightly to dodge this. Blocking will result in you getting hit back, which will usually bounce you off one of the bolts of lightning. Larxene's next attack is a 4-hit combo that ends with Larxene in the air. The slosh effect is actually behind Larxene during all of her attacks to show just how fast she is moving. All of this can be guarded against. After the uppercut to end the combo, Larxene throws 8 daggers into the ground. Lightning trails behind them, and when they hit the ground, lightning arcs outwards. If you guard against this, you will block a couple of the hits, but eventually your guard breaks. If you have wrist dodge equipped, you can slide to safety. If Larxene is alone, she will follow us up with her lightning strike. You can also just dodge through the daggers and be safe on the other side. If you dodge the entire attack, Larxene will not throw her daggers into the ground. When you are stuck in the combo, you have just enough time to get off a guard when she throws her daggers down. Tell the difference between both of Larxene's normal attacks. If she starts running towards you, she will jump up and use her lightning attack. Her other attack has no windup, and she'll immediately go into her combo. Larxene's last attack is her ultimate attack. She charges up and her dagger's blades become longer. She dashes forward and changes into an orb of lightning with dark thorns circling around it. She ricochets multiple times before she reappears to slash at Sora. The lightning path changes to a red color right before she appears, so use this cue to either guard or evade the attack. She will attack 5 times before she appears in the center and calls down lightning on the entire arena. Look out for the pillars of light appearing on the ground to evade this attack. This is a little harder to dodge when Marluxia teams up with her since you can't stay on the ground during the AoE attack. After this attack, Larxene will dodge around a couple of times before she resumes attacking. When Larxene is hit away by a combo finisher, she will flip backwards before she lands and jumps backwards, twirling in the air. The only attack I could find that was similar to the attacks in Kingdom Hearts 3 was this attack in Kingdom Hearts 2, where Larxene runs at you and calls down lightning. Other than that, I couldn't link any attacks to the Kingdom Hearts 3 attacks. Larxene has 3 notable quotes: when you restart a battle, when you die, and when you defeat her.
Really? Do we have to do this? What a dumb way to go. No way.
Saxor found that sometimes Larxene will just use her lightning dagger attack by itself rather than putting it on the end of a combo. Also with this attack here, Saxor found that you can actually just jump above her to dodge it. Larxene will stay close to Marluxia during their joint DM and won't follow you into the air when you glide, but when she is alone, she will go higher to attack you. And Saxor also found a unique quote that doesn't happen when Marluxia is with her.
Bye-bye.
When Larxene falls, we see her attitude start to fade away. When Sora asks why Larxene teamed up with Xehanort, she says that she was just along for the ride. She doesn't say who she was along for the ride with. I would guess that it is Marluxia, but he seems surprised to see her appear in the real organization, which means they didn't come in together. Of course, she could have just easily become a nobody and followed Marluxia without colluding with him. Anyways, that is it for Larxene. Let's look at Marluxia. Marluxia also has 3 attacks. The first attack is a sneak attack where Marluxia appears right beside you to hit you into the air. When fighting beside Larxene, Marluxia will only do this 3 times. He'll do it 5 times if he is alone. Blocking successfully will stop this attack after 2 times. If you get hit by the first attack but dodge the second, Marluxia will slice at you one more time, so be sure to dodge. The other attack shows Marluxia throwing a scythe and spinning it around himself, drawing Sora in with the air. Darkness pulls below him and spins with the current. The attack consists of Marluxia spinning multiple times, slashing out at Sora with a scythe. The last hit of the attack breaks Sora's guard. When he is alone, he will follow up with a disappearing slice attack. Wrist dodging needs to be timed since using it too early will have you dodging before Marluxia disappears to attack. This will cause him to teleport to where you dodge to hit you into the air. Marluxia's last attack shows him spinning the scythe behind himself as he rises into the air. Marluxia flips and throws his scythe forward. This will travel across the arena, coming at you a number of times. Sometimes Marluxia will appear and catch his scythe to throw it back at you quickly. Guarding this can be a bit finicky, so I suggest dodging this attack when it is close. At the end of this attack, Marluxia spins into the air before moving to the middle of the arena, spinning the scythe behind him. He sinks his scythe into the ground, causing pink energy to shoot up from the middle, while darkness pulls out across the ground. Red points of energy appear on the edge of the area. Tendrils of darkness and rose petals can also be seen in the air at the end. Glide or air dodge to avoid the ground. From what I've seen, dodging on the ground is not possible. When Marluxia is hit by a combo finisher, he will flip backwards before catching himself with one hand and flipping back into a handspring. All of Marluxia's attacks can be seen in the fight from Kingdom Hearts 2. His DM in Kingdom Hearts 3 is slightly different since in Kingdom Hearts 2, he joins his scythe instead of just throwing it at Sora. Marluxia has 3 quotes that happen when you restart the battle, when you die, and when you defeat him.
I'll scatter you to the wind. Sleep for all eternity.
See ya!
This is your heart.
A couple of things Saxor want to note is that during the DM together, Larxene will sometimes attack less than 5 times. It seems to depend on how far Marluxia is into his DM. For Marluxia's DM, it seems like he has to meet a couple of criteria to appear and throw his scythe. The first is that he has to be on screen. If you are off screen, he will not grab his scythe and throw it at you. The second criteria is that you have to have some space between Sora and the scythe. If you are a certain distance away, Marluxia will appear and throw the scythe back at you quickly. Also, it seems like Marluxia and Larxene attack in sync a lot when Mickey is dead. When Marluxia is defeated, he begins to finally remember his past, thanking Sora before he disappears. And that is it for Marluxia. Let's look at your ally for this battle. Mickey is your ally in this battle. He has what looks to be a ground combo, an air attack, and this pearl attack. These are really similar to his other appearances throughout the series. I think I already mentioned this, but I love how there are combos that each character kind of sticks to throughout the series. The ground combo is a quick thrust forward, a 3-hit combo before ending with a circling combo finisher. When in the air, Mickey does a spinning slash to the enemy before doing the 3-hit combo and circling finisher like his ground combo. The pearl attack is usually used after successful combo. After defeating the enemies, Mickey tells Sora to go find the others while he goes after Xemnas. And that is all I have for you guys today. Hope you guys are enjoying these. I know they're kind of long, but I'm hoping to at least get these Keyblade Graveyard boss fights done before Remind. I think if I scheduled it right, we will finish the first 4 battles before the DLC drops. After everything calms down with that, I'll finish up the Xehanorts, the Vessels, and the final battle. Again, I want to give a huge thank you to Saxor for proofreading and adding his thoughts to this breakdown. Give him a follow on YouTube and Twitter. I'll leave links down in the description below. His findings on Marluxia's DM is just crazy. I would have never put any of that together. But anyways, I'm pretty active on Twitch, YouTube, Discord, and Twitter, so be sure to follow the links in the description below to stay connected. If you want to see my other boss breakdowns or breakdown on Kingdom Hearts 2 Mickey, click the cards on screen. Subscribe or share this and I will see you in the next video. Also, if you want to see my breakdowns a day early, hear my commentary on making the breakdown, or watch an exclusive stream each week, consider becoming a member. Click the join button next to the subscribe button to learn more.